Hey, this is Rich Arriaga. This is a Saturday, and I just got like a prompting from God to go ahead and do a quick video. So I want to talk about how well or how badly are you effing up. Hopefully, if you're using the F's that I'm relating to, you're doing really well. I'm not using the F that you're probably thinking of. So there's about 6 or 7 of them, and so let me just dive right into them. The first one is about faith. And this is about, the spiritual part of you. Is there something greater than you? Is there something that's kind of pulling you? This is like the anchoring of you. It's somewhat related to your values and your principles, but you know that this is the part of you that when you die, your body stays behind and this thing leaves you. This is the spirit that I'm referring to you. So I believe that we are all spiritual beings. We're temporarily renting this body, this suit, but that's the spiritual part that I'm referring to. So where are you with your spirituality? And think about that. This is an important part. It kind of helps you settle down a bit. It helps you prioritize and focus on what truly matters. The second part is for your mind. And this is, I break it down to 3 parts. There's flow, feed, and focus. So basically feed, think of a toddler sitting in its high chair and you are spooning food into his mouth. What food are you spooning into your mind? What information are you picking that's coming into your mind? And so are you watching a lot of news, a lot of Fox News, a lot of MSNBC or NBC or CNN? It doesn't matter. It's all junk for your mind if you take too much of it. So you want to be very careful. That stuff is not helping you. It's sensationalizing things. It creates division and stress in your life, and it's not helping you get to your goals. So that's the first one. What are you actively feeding your mind? The second one, imagine if your mind were a car and you shifted it into park. And so what do you focus on when you park? Are you focusing on the past, your regrets, your mistakes? Is that where you park most of your energy? Or are you focusing on where you're headed, where you're going, your future, your goals? Do you describe yourself on who you were? That's who I used to be. Or do you describe yourself based on who you're becoming? What it is that you're doing? Do you describe yourself based on a role, an occupation? I'm a doctor. As opposed to you are a child of the Most High. You are a person of value. So kind of just ask yourself, what do I focus on? Positive things, negative things. Things that I can do, things that I can't do. The problem or the solution. So that's the second one. And then, so there's then flow in terms of what are you passively allowing to flow into your mind. So when you're not paying attention consciously, your subconscious is always paying attention. Are you listening to junk in the background? So you might have the news and you say, well, I just use it for background noise. It's not. It's information that's not being filtered. So your mind's not being protected and it's just going in. So you're programming your mind through somebody else's program. You're not being intentional about guarding your mind. So that's the third one. So you want to think about those things and just be very intentional about what do I feed, what do I focus on, and what's flowing into my mind. And then the third one that I want to move into, so I'm going upside down, inside out. So kind of think of a cross. So the third one from upside down, so coming from a higher source inside of me, is your fitness. This is physical fitness. This is making sure that you're exercising. Are you exercising enough? Are you providing the right nutrients for your body? Are you eating the right things? A good balanced meal. And then in terms of enough sleep, are you getting enough rest, enough sleep? So when I talk about fitness, I'm talking about those 3 things or anything related to your body temple, anything that's going to help you just take care of that body. You only get one body, so make sure you're taking care of it. So that's upside down. Now we're going to go inside out. Inside out, the next one is going to be in terms of friends and family. So how are those key relationships going? And then the last one I'll touch is about freedom. But friends and family, I'm sure you've all heard the expression that you are or you become the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time around. So if you look back at the last 5 years, who are those 5 people? And then look at where they are in terms of those areas. If you're around people that are toxic, if that's your circle of friends, your circle of influence, then you are toxic as well. You're not performing at a level that you are. You might be complaining. This might be something unbeknownst to you, but you want to look at that and you want to pay attention to that. I'm not suggesting or recommending that you divorce yourself from your friends or family, but I would recommend that if those relationships are abusive, either emotional, verbal, or physical, then you start doing some pruning. Looking at yourself and just saying, hey, are these people cheering me on? Do they encourage me? Do they build me up? Or do they remind me of my past failures and mistakes? Do they kind of hold me back? Would they be upset or jealous or whatever word you want to fill in if I were to advance? Would they be happy for me? Or would they quietly just be jealous of you? And so if that's the case, those are relationships that you want to reevaluate and again, consider pruning either the amount of time that you spend with them. So visit less often, spend less time with them. You can love them from a distance, love them from afar, but you just want to be mindful and you want to be intentional about who do I spend most of my time with. And so you want a good thinking partner or thinking partners. These are people that are also like-minded, that are going somewhere, and they're going to help you substantially. And then the last one is freedom, and this is both financial freedom and time freedom. How are you doing with your finances? You know, how much debt do you have? Hopefully you have no debt. Hopefully you're moving towards zero debt. Hopefully your sources of income keep increasing and you have multiple sources of income. But you want to, kind of focus that it's like you want to get to the position where you have both financial freedom and time freedom. You can have a lot of money. You can be worth millions of dollars and be miserable and realize that doesn't make you happy. It provides some degree of security, but won't make you happy, and it's not the ultimate security that you're looking for. So those are the few F's that I'm referring to. So hopefully you are effing up in a good way. I hope this is something that you go back and listen to again and kind of just reevaluate where you are in your life. This is something that I do multiple times a year, and I'm just asking some of those key questions I literally ask myself every week. I schedule time on my calendar, I sit down, and I may not be able to go through all of them. I do have a pretty comprehensive list. Sometimes I have to sit down and just look at them and just realize, you know what, this week I've kind of failed in my key relationships. Or I'm not spending enough time being a friend or with my friends. But the point is, just look at this whole area in terms of, you want harmony between all of them. You don't have to have a perfect balance, but you want a degree of harmony, and these things do shift over time. So this is Rich Arriaga. I hope this is helpful. Have a great day.